people, today I bring you Gemina. It's the second book in the Illuminae files. The first one was Illuminae, which I love to bits. And this one, by the way, it's also written by Amie Kaufman and Kristoff. And this one I did like, but I did not love as much as I did the first one. Why? Probably because I was thrown a bit off the pace. We are following the story where we left it in the first book. And the first book, if you remember, it was the Kerenza attack, where there was this bioweapon used, and Aidan, the artificial intelligence, went a bit crazy. And we had these two main characters, Kady and Ezra, and they did everything they could to survive. And in this one, we are going to find the action center in Heimdall Station. It's a place where the Hypatia, the ship that survived in the first book, is going to. And Kady in the first book was thinking that maybe Hypatia wasn't no longer alive, because, you know, it was weird that they didn't answer any of the help us messages, and she has this kind of feeling. And here in this book we are going to find what was happening in Heimdall while the action in the first book was going on, so it's like a parallel book. And why I was thrown out of pace? I was because I fell in love with the characters in the first book so much that here we are going to find a new array of characters, but I was a little what's going on, because I missed the first ones. Here we are going to find a girl who's called Hanna and Nik. She's going to be one of our main characters, and for me she was a little bit over the top. What do I mean? She's the daughter of a military type man, and he always taught her to be prepared, to think on the edge, and to do anything it takes to survive. But for me, she was a little bit on the MacGyver side, and also she always knew what to do and how to punch somebody to incapacitate them, and she was, for me, too prepared, if that makes sense. And also we have this guy who's called Nik, and he belongs to a criminal organization of sorts, and for me, having in Tokon, where he comes from, he was a little bit soft-hearted. So they were like these antagonist characters, but I couldn't believe that someone who had been... It gets explained in the book why he is like the way he is, but I mean, if you have been raised among killers and drug dealers, something might have rubbed on you, you know? I don't know. So that's the little thing that made me a little bit... made it a little bit hard for me to get into the book. But I have to say that I ended up loving this one. It's like 700 pages, and we're going to find the same visual delight that we found in the first one. That is to mean that the book is told in messages, military reports, fragments of Aidan thoughts, because yes, he appears here, and we are going to find all these kind of different visual things that compose these books. And I have to say that I love how visual this experience is, because, you know, you have things like that. Maybe if I'm showing it to them without reading the book, you will see the images and maybe you say, okay, it's cool. But when you are reading the book, it makes you put yourself inside the book. And when you have like this, I don't know, battles, or someone is spaced out, saying all this collection of names floating into the page, it really puts you into the story. I mean, it's an amazing way of telling this story. It's like you are seeing a movie, and it's amazing because you are not only making the movie in your head while you are reading, but also the way in which it's written helps you to put yourself into this place, and that's amazing. I have to say that I love this story and I love the characters once I got used to them. Yeah, because I wanted to see Kady and I wanted to see Ezra and Aidan, because I fall in love with those ones. But the new characters are also amazing characters that I've come to love, and there is also a lot of things on play in this book which I'm not going to reveal because I don't want to make spoilers, because I think that one of the best things about these books is that you're expecting that the story is moving through one way, and suddenly you are completely rocked away from what you were thinking, because the story is moving into 1,000 different ways, and you are left like, ah! And for me, that's amazing. That's why I'm not going to tell you any spoiler. But let's say that here we are going to find BeiTech trying to erase any traces of what they did in Kerenza. They know the Hypatia vessel has survived and it's heading towards Heimdall. Heimdall is like a station with a wormhole that makes travel into space possible. And they know that if Hypatia gets to Heimdall and they curses, everything they have been doing in the shadows will be exposed. So they cannot allow that. So the plan that BeiTech has is just to erase Heimdall. It doesn't care about the population in there, it doesn't care about anything. The only thing they want is to erase everything so no one knows that they are practicing with biochemical weapons and all of those kinds of things. So we are going to find another book that goes about survival. We are going to find a bunch of people, some teenagers, that want to stop the death of the place they know because they want to keep on living. We are going to find teenagers that among all of this learn how to love each other, learn how sometimes life it's not what you think it was, that maybe there is someone who you think you love but maybe it's playing you. We are going to find a lot of things, lots of critiques to what we think on saying someone. There is something I love a lot because Nik has a lot of tattoos. Those tattoos are like the boys of the place where he belongs. What I'm trying to say, it's like he belongs to a criminal organization. He is the son of one of the most dangerous men of there, and he has criminal tattoos that allow for things he has done or hadn't done. And I like that sometimes people look at him and think that they have him figured out because he has those tattoos or because he belongs to this House of Knives criminal organization, and he's something completely different. And as you can see, I'm fully tattooed. I'm not part of a criminal organization, but sometimes I also get judged by the tattoos or the way I look. So having this guy here throw into this book and showing us that sometimes prejudices or judging a book by its cover, it's not right, and you have to respect others. That really resonated with me. And also I loved when Aidan came back, and I'm expecting him to go full crazy again. Come on, please, in the next book. And I have to say that I love all the interactions of the different characters and how the story got evolving. And yeah, I will still recommend this series to anyone who is a space junkie, who likes space operas, books about survival, about teenagers doing whatever they can do to survive, and who likes to be surprised by a book like nothing you have seen. Because as I say before, and I say it again, and I say 1,000 times, the way in which it's written, we have conversations with them people, we have military reports, medical reports, camera reports, we have lots of things that make this book so amazing that you really have to check it out. So thank you for watching. Bye.